Yo, it's Death of the Cloud Chaser TV, man. We back up in this thing again. You dig? Hey, man. It's gonna be a very special episode, man. Something different for the channel, man. Uh, we definitely appreciate everybody that came through today, showing love. Without further ado, we got Brazy K, man. How you feel, brother?
Man, I'm good. Just baking it. Getting to the rumors and the bullshit, nigga. What's happening, y'all? What it be like?
Oh, absolutely. So let me know. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Like when it comes down to like let people know exactly where you from, man.
All right, I'm born and raised in Bronx, 1830 Davidson. But I'm also a nickel cigar bounty hunter. You know what I'm saying? I'm also a live boy, 9/11 live boys. You know what it is.
I got you. And like just like with the discussion that's been going on online, man, it's a discrepancy when it comes to East Coast and West Coast, far as like any connection. Um, now you been from like you coming from all this like is there any connection when it comes to the New York and the West Coast?
Yeah, it's connection with me and my niggas. I don't know about everybody else. I can't speak on everybody else. But as far as me and my niggas, yeah, we connected. We tapped in, homie.
Got you, got you. So like when it comes to
I can't really speak on everybody else, because you got some niggas that's tapped in with niggas through Facebook. You know how niggas be shopping for big homies and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, different strokes for different folks, but me and my niggas, we tapped in, you know what I'm saying? We be in the hood. Like these other niggas, they don't be in the hood. They just be, on Facebook, clout chasing and shit.
yeah, like when it come down to big homies is definitely big homies who have social media. They definitely have on Facebook. You saying that it is individuals who are going to the internet and they shopping for big homies to become a part of your hood.
Yeah, man, I've been ran into some people and shit like you gotta understand. Like my set was like the first set of bounty hunters in New York City. You know what I'm saying? Then everybody else came later on. But a lot of these niggas came from the MySpace, Facebook era. You feel me? Like me and my niggas, we actually knew our big homies. Like we was fucking with niggas before social media even started bracking. But after the social media shit started bracking, I started seeing a gang of niggas claiming bounty hunters, claiming 20s, claiming pyrus, they claiming all types of shit. But that's because they be on Facebook shopping for big homies. Cause I be asking niggas like, hey, blood, who your big homie? They say so and so. So I say, all right, if that's your big homie, did you ever meet him? Did you ever take a picture with him? Have you ever been to LA? And what's the answer they give me? No. So right then and there, blood, I'm on some shit like, blood, get the fuck out of here, blood.
Right.
I ain't with that shit, my nigga. Like, we don't do it like that, my nigga. If you're gonna be tapped in, you gotta be tapped in for real. Like, you can't just act like you tapped in because you got Facebook and all that. That's that fake shit.
Got you. Give me a
Niggas be having like niggas go on Facebook and say, hey, I wanna be swans today. So they go on friend like 5 different swans from different neighborhoods and shit, try to pick who the best big homie so they can motherfuckers run up under them and shit. The fake shit.
Right.
Nigga said I'm going big homie shop today.
Yeah, we running. Niggas is running up.
Niggas say I'm gonna be the big homie today.
Shopping for big.
So like when it
I'm
comes
against.
down,
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm against that Facebook shit because a lot of y'all niggas want to know none of these Cali niggas if it wasn't through Facebook. I don't know niggas through Facebook. I know niggas, real life, actual contact. I done shook a nigga hand. I done met a nigga. I'm not gonna speak about a nigga. You know what I'm saying, on some derogatory shit. And the whole time a nigga real right. You feel me? A nigga out here doing things. I only speak on the niggas that's faggots, the niggas who clout chase, the niggas that lie, the niggas that be misusing their little homies and shit for they, for they shit, for their business. They be exploiting their little homies and shit. I'm not with none of that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Niggas be out here extorting their little homies and all that. We not with that. Like, blood, I don't fuck with niggas like that. Niggas who do shit like that, I don't want them nowhere near me, homie.
No, absolutely.
Big Buster Hole was bracking.
What's happening with it, pimpin'?
What's up, pimpin'?
Oh, I ain't making no noise.
Yeah. But But back to what I was saying, like this social media shit that made it common for motherfuckers to just pick up a flag and run with it. You know what I'm saying? They made it just make it common. Motherfuckers gotta start opening their eyes and shit, man. Stop being a follower, be a leader, man. You know, there's too many motherfuckers out here following trends and shit where they should be setting trends.
Let me ask you a question though. Like now, with you knowing that and you having that information, like, isn't any way to prevent it? Like other than just saying it?
Yeah, hell yeah, it's a way to prevent it. Y'all motherfuckers stop thinking them motherfuckers on Facebook give a fuck about y'all. They don't care about y'all. Like if a nigga hits you up out of nowhere and you don't know him, he hit you up on Facebook and be like, hey man, I need you to give me some history, some knowledge. Of course a nigga gonna motherfucking pimp you and use you for what you worth. First of all, you saying you a blood. You saying you gangbanging. Why the fuck is you asking me for history? Why is you asking me for knowledge? You should already know what the fuck you gangbanging, what you into, homie. If you don't know none of that shit, you need to cut it out. Leave it alone. Move away, man. Stop perpetrating, my nigga.
Yeah, absolutely. Like going into some history though, like you say history, when exactly did you know that the West Coast chapter come to over there to New York?
1998.
98.
But a lot of my big homies, I got some big homies that was locked up in New Jersey in 1993. So, you know, like I know a couple of niggas that was locked up in 93. My nigga No Good, you know, my nigga Goldie, you know. A lot of sets on the East Coast was started in 93 too, on some real shit. Not just the non-trade gangsters, but the double-I gangsters, you know, the double-I Queen Street Bloods up in Newark and shit. You know, shout out to True G and them, man. Them the homies.
Gotcha. So like when
Shout
they
out
come,
to motherfucking, shout out to Holiday Red, man. You know what I'm saying? He was out there in Newark, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing that Mob Pie Root thing, man. Shout out to Mac Drama from the Elm Street. Shout out to motherfucking Mad Ronald. Shout out to everybody that was on the motherfucking East Coast, really in these streets. Not just saying they in these streets, you know? Not just came out here for like 4 or 3 days and flew back home. No, these niggas was out here, living out here. Gunna, she was living out here too. Motherfuckers was out here transitioning bi-coastal life.
yeah. So when it come down to you know, like it's kind of a discrepancy. Maybe you can clear it up, or maybe you can't. But when it come down to you know, the Bloods in New York and the Bloods in New Jersey, of course it was started in 93, but can you pinpoint who was first?
Who was first on the gangbanging tip? I would say, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna say OG Mac and them, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say them, but it seemed like at the same time it was something going on in Newark, you feel me? You know, with the Queen Street niggas, you know what I'm saying? You know, Irvington and all that. It was all in 1993, you know? So it's hard. It's hard for me to, you know, really pick out what month it was, you know? Because that would be Snitch. Real shit. But them the homies though, you know. Shout out to my Fruittown Bram niggas up in motherfucking Jersey. My nigga No Good, he made that shit possible for y'all niggas to bang that shit or even ride that way. Straight up.
Gotcha. And so like moving a little bit forward, man, like of course you have relationship with big homies direct from the West Coast as well as the East Coast, correct? So
yes.
With your relationships, it was a guy who came on the line by the name of OG Nino Cappuccino, and he had some discrepancies. Well, we didn't even actually hear your part of the story just yet until now, but he had some things to say about you. Did you see that video, and do you have anything?
I seen this shit. You know, me and my homies, you know, we got on there, reply back on Wildcat Show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna keep it real with you, like. Blood is an old ass hater, like, you know, he was just hating, you know, and I'm not gonna keep talking bad about the nigga, you know, because he's still a big homie, but for you to be hating on a young nigga after like 20-something years or 15 or 18 years proves that you a fucking hater, my nigga. You're never gonna accomplish nothing. You're a clout chaser. And nigga, that's why we on Death of a Clout Chaser right now, because niggas is clout chasing. So we gonna chop that ass down, you feel me? Real shit. But like what it was Blood came out here, you know what I'm saying, in 2005, you know what I'm saying, maybe 2004. It's hard for me to remember, man, you know what I'm saying, but Mac Drama paid for that nigga to come out here. I ain't never paid for Blood to come out here. Me and my homies is already established. You was a visitor out here for 4 days, and you flew back home. That's all it was. Okay, Blood came out here and tried to get all of us to motherfucking join his craft and join his party, join his little schemes. We not with that. We not supporting that type of shit. You feel me? Like we flip babies. You know what I'm saying? Like BHIP flip, OFTB. You know, he used to be down Death Row Records. That's my G homie. You feel me? Goldie, that's my G homie. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple G homies I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my nigga Mar Dog, man. You know what I'm saying? He lost his life last night or whatever, man. From Lot Boys, man. You know what I'm saying? Real niggas. I mention real niggas, you know? Like I can't be like, how I'ma say it? I can't be bounded to one man, because one man don't run bounty hunters and one man don't run blood. It's you next to me, homie. Straight up. That's the problem with niggas. Niggas got one person running every fucking set. So when the feds hit, they locking up the head nigga, and all of y'all niggas gonna stop banging that shit. Because it's one nigga running that shit. Blood, we don't do that shit. Ain't no kings and queens out here, my nigga. It's real life shit. Like, we not off that. It's bottom line, nigga. We all together, man. We not doing it like that. It's generations of big homies. It's generations of little homies. It's generations, my nigga. Niggas gotta start respecting shit. And for y'all motherfuckers who don't know how this LA shit go, take a flight, nigga. Flights is cheap right now, nigga. Flights is dirt cheap right now. Everybody know I'm telling the truth. Take a flight. Just fly out to LA, blood. You know what I'm saying? LAX. And if you need a motherfucking escort, holla at me, nigga. You know, I'm tapped in with a lot of niggas from LA, San Diego, Inglewood, everywhere. Compton, Bompton. You know, holla at me, man. You know?
No doubt. And you know, going into like, you know, just like, okay, we put in a Nino situation, you know what I'm saying? You spoke your piece on that. So like, is it, when it comes down to like, is it anybody to tell a big homie to like be cool when it comes to a situation like that? Because like you said, that he a big homie as well. So is it anybody like that can be like, yo, you need to chill out, relax?
Yeah. It's a couple big homies niggas can reach out and say that to, but that's like crying. I'm not crying, my nigga. I'm a grown ass man, nigga. I'm gonna deal with you myself. Like, I'm not crying. Like, that's some little kid shit. Like, what Blood doing? Blood, I seen somebody send me this nigga video. This nigga hanging out the car like he's Tupac, nigga. Arguing with imaginary cars and shit. Blood, y'all niggas better stop this bombing shit, Blood. Like, this is real life. Like, we're not actors out here. You don't come out here, you know, get treated like however you was treated, you know what I'm saying? And then you go back home and shit, start shitting on everybody. Like, it don't work like that. You don't come out here and try to motherfucking take over nigga shit after you've been leeching off of nigga shit. Guess what? It don't work like that. Niggas kick your ass up and out of here and send your ass home, nigga. Fuck out of here. Yo, Blood, we don't fuck with you. Just cut it out. And I'm not gonna base this whole conversation on no Nino Cappuccino, but what I am gonna tell y'all niggas is, stop following niggas. Just everybody say that they're a big homie from LA is not a big homie. Everybody that claim they're a big homie is not your big homie. So y'all niggas need to stop it, Blood. Get with it. Every blood ain't your blood. Every big homie ain't your big homie. Every hunter ain't your hunter. Every brim ain't your brim. Every power ain't your power. Like, y'all gotta start dealing with shit from a bigger aspect of your brain, my nigga. Cause it's like some niggas is slow. So you gotta put it in a book. Gang banging a one-on-one. You feel me?
Gotcha. Oh, no doubt. So let me bring in some of the guests that's behind the scenes right now, and basically the guests that's online. These people are from different parts of the country, and they coming on behalf of Brazy K, just to let you know that the things that he are saying is truthful.
What I'm doing right now is I see all y'all niggas. Let me tell y'all something, man. Cause there's a lot of niggas that got these little podcasts and shit. Let me tell you something. Them podcasts, some of y'all niggas be snitching, homie. All that dropping domo politics on podcasts, that's snitching, homie. We don't do that. Like, you supposed to keep that in the streets, not bring it on motherfucking YouTube and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if you a big homie and you doing that shit. You a clown too. You know what I'm saying? Like, Blood, niggas gotta start focusing on what's really going on. What's really going on in New York is motherfuckers is dying of COVID. How about that? Niggas just want to say they're the king of New York? You niggas want to say they're the king of New York, nigga? Niggas sent 20,000 masses out here for the homies and shit, nigga. Cause niggas is out here catching shit. You know what I'm saying? You the big homie, right? You getting money, right? Come out here and donate, nigga. Donate some shit. Niggas ain't out here doing no shit like that. Everybody claims they're the king of New York, even Snitch 9 and shit. Everybody claims they're the motherfucking king of New York. Niggas ain't no king of New York, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody run New York. Don't nobody run LA. It's all just bullshit. Niggas just talk bullshit because they like to be heard.
And just like I know that's Tekashi 6ix9ine thing don't have anything to do with you, but you just said his name and just made me think. When it came to Tekashi 6ix9ine, do you think that when it comes to Bloods and whole, like he made everyone look bad?
Bragging. Yeah, go ahead, champion.
Yeah, I say when it comes to Tekashi 6ix9ine and it comes to like the Blood, like the total, like everyone that's Blood, you think that Tekashi 6ix9ine made all Bloods look bad?
Do he make Bloods look bad?
Yeah.
Nigga, he make the whole New York City look bad. Fuck out of here.
Right.
Say something. Can I say something on that?
Go ahead. Hey, introduce yourself, Gunner.
All right, I'm Gunner. I'm from Eastside 1248 Park Bloods. You know what I'm saying? I like, just to that question you asked right there, me being from the West Coast, me being from LA, me being an LA Blood, I feel like Tekashi made New York look bad when it comes to that Blood shit. Because you gotta understand, people out here, you know what I'm saying?
He may not Trey look bad, not the whole entire New York. Let's get that out in the open.
I'm telling you, I'm talking about my opinion. I'm saying my opinion.
Free my nigga Mel Matrix too, man. That's my home.
I felt like he made New York as a whole look bad when it comes to that Blood shit, because niggas already looking.
But what I'm trying to tell you is New York ain't to blame for 6ix9ine being like that. That's 6ix9ine and them non-trade gangsters. That's not New York.
That's just my little ass opinion. I'm just telling you, that's how I feel.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's your opinion. But make sure you wipe your feet.
I'm just saying.
Make sure you wipe your feet when you talk about my city, though.
Yeah, because y'all niggas, that's how I feel why I say that. We like my hood, for example, on Bloods, my nigga, you can't just be no stranger and come over here and be like, oh, well, I got some money, I want to bang y'all set. And we gonna be like, yeah, like, nah, Blood, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
A lot of niggas in New York.
But Blood, no, that ain't a fact. That ain't a fact, because you got niggas in LA who's motherfucking taking money from niggas too, nigga. These niggas in LA putting niggas down, nigga. They selling the B and the P, nigga.
I lived in New York. Yeah. Niggas in New York, I'm at the whip every day and jumping in the whip. Come on, my nigga, you ain't said Blood. That shit don't slide out here. You do some shit, you hop out the whip, nigga, damn near losing your life.
Period, hey, can I chime in on that topic right there?
Yeah, that's Mad Ronald. Yeah. You introduce yourself, brother.
Nah, but you... Right. For those watching, I'm OG Mad Ronald from MadRonaldRadio.net and OG Mad Ronald from Rolling 20 Neighborhood Blood. But the thing with Tekashi 6ix9ine, there's a difference simply because in Los Angeles, in order to be from a set, you got to be rooted in the community, meaning that you got to actually be out of that community. You can't come in 6 months and be a part of the inner circle. You want to work your way up. And the way we are is we're homegrown. So as kids, we grow up in the set. I was 8 years old when I got on the set. Right now, I'm 53 years old. You know what I mean? There ain't no in and out. So if you from the set, it ain't just that we homeboys in the set because you claim the set. It's that we have history in the community. We have addresses in common, shit like that there. So it's not like no matter what you're doing. And this is the thing. The entertainers come out here and they want to make proclamations to be from these sets, right? Now they in front of the cameras and they talking like this, right? But when you pull up on these blocks, these dudes ain't on these blocks. Because the real grimy, gritty dudes is on these blocks. If you ain't from the set, if you ain't a predator, then you're going to be prey. And ain't no room for people to just come in. See, this is the key out here. There's no recruit drive going on out here in LA. You know what I mean? We don't recruit like how they breathe, right? In reality, if we are from out of the same community, it's from the same set. So it's damn near natural for people to grow into it, and it's damn near their birthright. So I understand about Tekashi 6ix9ine. But I look at that like that was a bad look on the culture itself, on blood itself. Because from my outside looking in, I'm looking at blood overall. I'm not just looking at New York City. And I'm looking at because of the portrayal, you understand what I mean? Because this is the thing right here. The common denominator between all of us is blood. So therefore, when we're looking at this, and we coming to that point of that common denominator, right? Sometimes, and I always say to people, sometimes we all represent each other. So at one point in time or another, if we got a homie that's sitting there smoking dope, and he's a homie with a name, he represents all of us. He has a reputation, and all his bullshit trickles down on all of us. So in that case, that was a bad look on the culture itself, on the whole blood culture, east, west, north, and no matter where else it's at.
Yeah. Now, like just with respect, just somebody just left in the comments, which is kind of makes sense. They said, "What about dudes like Chris Brown and Soulja Boy that represent on the West Coast?"
Them dudes ain't friendly. Understand something about that. Let me share something.
That's something totally different.
Listen to this.
That nigga from Pyro. I can't speak on Fruit Town.
Wait. Let me share something with you about this. About this that people don't understand this, right? You got associates, you got affiliates, and you got members. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
You got to just because you're associated with people from the set, you claiming the set don't mean the set claiming you.
Facts. Amen.
Just because you put on some red tennis shoes and a red sweatshirt, and you living in the Hollywood Hills, and you throwing up gang signs, and you got the dudes whoever you paying up at your house, and they from the set. That don't mean the set accepts you. That means that your friends in your circle are allowing you to be a part of their circle. But Chris Brown and none of these dudes got out here and did nothing related to putting in work for these neighborhoods. Now, I was at Campanella Park when Chris Brown was giving away shoes, which was a good thing in the neighborhood. And they went to the jungle after that. That was cool. You understand what I mean? But that don't make a member. You see what I'm saying? History makes a member. See what I'm saying? Because if it came down to it and we got really dirty and gritty with this shit, the shit that it takes to be a member and be for real with this, these dudes be backing the fuck up out of this here because they'll be stupid not to. Because if you got $1 million career and if it's going down in the hood and the homie just got killed and they say it's your time to go and you get the pistol, you stupid as a motherfucker. You say, well, all right, let me go. I'm gonna take that over my $1 million entertainment career. So you understand what I mean? These guys are associates. That's all they are. Just like they talking about Chris Brown and Soulja Boy. And Soulja Boy was Compton. If you saw that video, you saw how that motherfucker chumped him too when he tried to act like they was cool, like you know it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You understand what I mean? Just because that's like saying just because LA, you ain't from LA. Just because you walk LA, I see people do videos and shit all the time. They in West Hollywood, they in Beverly Hills, they're at the beach, wherever they at. Come on, yeah, I'm out here. But your ass ain't nowhere near Western Avenue, Central Avenue, nowhere near motherfucking Imperial. You ain't nowhere near motherfucking Jefferson Adams or motherfucking Small Center. You understand what I mean? You ain't that just because you here don't mean that you're in the hood. You understand what I mean? And that's the misinterpretation right there.
I got you.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I like that answer. That was a good way to answer that.
You got something to add to that, little puppy?
Nah, that was good right there. That was good. My whole thing is like it's still people listening to the Tekashi shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you live in a certain lifestyle, it's codes that you gotta stick to. You feel what I'm saying? Like you gotta respect those codes. If you don't respect those codes, then you ain't about that life. You feel me?
Hey.
Right.
Hey, not to cut y'all off, but he ain't no different than the niggas that's on motherfucking Facebook acting like they Bloods and Crips. They all the same. It's just he got money.
Yeah.
They all the same. Everybody paying for the B, the P. Everybody paying for. They even paying for the New York blood gangs, man. Niggas is paying for it, man. You can catch that shit out of auction, man. For real.
Shit like that. That part.
Matt Ron don't know. That's why he's smiling.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I got a greater understanding. You know that I lived in between New York and New Jersey for 2 years. And the thing about it that was interesting to me was that the culture is so different that people will pick up people just for numbers. You understand what I mean? And I was explaining because and like I said once again, when I took my neighborhood out there, I took the 20 to the East Coast myself. And the thing about it was that I didn't understand the differences. I didn't understand that they don't have homesteaded communities like we do. You understand what I mean? Everything in LA, when somebody say a set, they're gonna say some letters and numbers, right? Them letters is the set, and them numbers is where you can find them at. You see what I'm saying? Whenever somebody drops some letters and numbers here, they're gonna drop they set and they're gonna drop their street, right? So their neighborhood, right? And it's a difference here because like out here being OG, it takes 20 years to be OG. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Just not to stop your wisdom, but when it comes to OGs, you just don't become an OG because of you surviving wars and you just been around and you old, right?
It takes 20 years to build. We got YG. There's a whole generation of YGs out here. And then like me, I'm a third generation OG. You understand what I mean? I'm a third generation OG. So you see, understand this. There's no one OG. OGs, the generations of them. See, the first generation that started all this, that was OGs. The generation that came after that was another generation of OGs. You understand what I mean? I was 8 years old. I came along in 76. So you understand what I'm saying? I'm not a first generation OG. I'm like a third generation. But at the same time, the way that the things are, you know what I'm saying? It's like there are OGs. I mean, sometimes I got to correct my young homie because if I've been on the set for like 45 years. I've been from the set for like 45 years. But if I got a young homie and he's been around 25 years still talking about your OG or YG, I got to check him and let him know, no, you've been here too long because there are youngsters that came up under you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it does make a difference. You know what I mean? I was back east and like back out there, how it is, the OG runs the set. So you know what I mean? That's a big difference out there. Out here, the OG don't run the set. You can be an OG and be addicted to drugs. You can be an OG and be homeless. You can be an OG because the thing about it is you just come out of a certain era where you might put your work in and your time. But you know, everything gets old. You know what I mean? If we don't constantly reinvent ourselves, then we will grow old and we will play out. And that's what happens to a lot of OGs.
The crazy part about these and shit, my been in New York. I didn't see niggas that's like 24 that told me they OGs, triple OGs in New York.
Hey, check this out. Check this out. Yo, real shit. There's a lot of motherfuckers out here fronting, blood. Real shit.
Are you kind of low, Brazy?
Like a motherfucker. That shit he talking about, that's real shit. And there ain't no one big homie running the whole entire set. Niggas be saying, yo, that's my big homie. They be telling me, hey, my big homie so-and-so. I be like, nigga, that nigga's a crackhead, blood.
Nigga.
Fuck you talking about? How you running up under a crackhead, my nigga? You not even knowing who blood is. You not knowing he a wino, he a crackhead. Yeah, he's still a big homie and all that shit. But blood, come on, blood. Y'all gotta judge him better, you know? Y'all gotta pick him better, you heard?
You got anything to add to that, Buzzo?
Hey, the big homie, the brother that was talking earlier.
Hey, introduce yourself, Buzzo. My bad, brother.
I'm Buzzo, man, from Watts Nixon Garden, Bonnie Hunter, CEO of Project Baby Records.
Whoa.
And the big homie, he was hitting it on the head, man. You can lose your time for not putting in the work when you was at the prime age. You know what I mean? And in LA and Watts, it don't matter how long you've been from the hood. It's what you doing right now that solidifies where you at. You know? So, you know, that's some real stuff. But on the other note, man, on some 100 shit, most of us, even the niggas who on the front lines, is really trying to find a way about this shit. You know?
Right.
So, you know, a mother be born into it circumstances where he lived, where his mama stayed, and he grew up, and you kind of trapped, and you drug into it, really. And then once you win it, you just gotta go hard. You begin to go hard. So a lot of motherfuckers be trying to find a way up out this shit, you know?
That's a fact. That's a fact. Everybody
Real
got some
shit.
positive shit going on.
Real
Hey,
shit.
hey, y'all niggas wouldn't even be seeing me on this shit, man. If you know his name, the nigga with the rabies and shit. You know, if he wasn't mentioning my name, I wouldn't even be doing no interviews because niggas got lives, my nigga. Niggas got better things to do. Niggas got positive shit going on, music businesses, all types of shit. Niggas don't really got no time for this cornball shit.
To add to what Buster Hole was just saying, right? It's a funny thing when you're in LA, right? And you got grown ass men that have made it. And see, one of the things with us is we grew up during hard times. We grew up doing hard shit because of the circumstances of the environment, right? But this is the thing about that, right? We all trying to climb our way the fuck up out of this. It's funny when you see a motherfucker 25, 26, 27 years old with $1 million record contract that ain't from here, but he's trying to climb into the hole we trying to climb out of. So you understand what I'm saying? It's like we look up and we like, they set themselves up to be exploited when they do that. See, when you got these entertainers and they talk, like I say, once again, it's our culture. See, motherfuckers like us, man, blood is our culture, homie. I'm 52 years old, man. I'm too goddamn old to be hollering that I'm a member of a blood gang. You understand what I mean? I'm not even out here on that bullshit. Keep it 100 with you. You know what I mean? I'm out here on a more constructive level. You know what I mean? I look at blood as a movement. You know what I mean? Just needs a little bit of restructuring and a little bit of direction, you know, and some guidance. But at the same time, my view of things when it comes to this is that, you know, it looks funny when you got grown ass men that don't come out the culture that have made it and actually have created a situation in their own lives where they don't have to deal with the bullshit, or they've elevated to the point where they can take care of their families, but then they want to be tied into the bullshit that we've been involved in for so long that took so many lives by way of prison and the cemetery. But these dudes themselves, they find themselves where they fascinated by it. It looks, to be realistic with you, that shit look weird as a motherfucker to a motherfucker that's been over 200-300 funerals. You know what I'm saying? And that shit look weird as a motherfucker when you're looking at it and you're trying to figure out who they claiming what. Because if you right now, if you're trying to get in now, you looking funny because this 14-year-old motherfucker, if you 25 and you're trying to get in right now, there's a 14-year-old motherfucker that was born in the neighborhood that been from the sex since he was 10, and that motherfucker is your big homie. Does that make sense to y'all?
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so like I say, it's kind of crazy, man, you know. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something I've learned about this, right? I'm gonna share something with you that I've learned about this, man. The gang is the most underrepresented and most misrepresented and exploited culture of all because they portray certain images of us, right?
Right.
But watch this. The statistic is only 5% of all gang members are active. So 95% of them is on some other shit. You understand what I mean? There's only 5% of all gang members that are actually active. But at the same time, when you get down to the meat of it all, when you take into consideration how this works and how it is, right? The movie industry, the music industry, they exploit this shit. See, it's a bunch of old white men sitting up somewhere behind the scenes, and they pushing out, just like they push out the word nigga, they push out the gang culture. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, they want it in their own eyes, the way they see it. They don't want it. You could, let's just say, for instance, if I'm a blood and I'm in the movie industry or the music industry, and I come up with a project, so I want to do some real cool, positive shit about how life is right now, what I'm doing, what I do with the homies, right? I couldn't get no support on no shit like that simply because of the fact that it's not the image that they want. It's the same way if somebody make a record, and if they don't say the word nigga in the record, they get no play. You understand what I mean?
Right.
So you know, I was gonna say it's a lot of exploitation going on.
Let me ask you a question though, like with all that being said, like a lot of times, you know, we can see the problem, but do you like have like some sort of solution, like what, like moving forward, what can we do to counteract this in the future, coming back into our, you know, into our like our kids and loved ones moving forward. You know, the younger generation.
My perspective of things is this here, man. I see situations. Well, I was a gang intervention worker, man, for 3 years, man. I worked for the Los Angeles Mayor's Office of Gang Reduction and Youth Development, man. I worked for the what we call the grid in LA, right? And in reality, man, you know what I mean? The way we did it, man, we just basically assess the situation, each individual, find out what they need. Because the typical person, when they come out the house and they come out with their issues and they want to get out here and gang bang and do crazy shit, it ain't because of what's going on in the hood. The shit started home. If I'm a 25-year-old man and I'm laying on my mama's couch and my mama on my ass every day telling me go to the job, motherfucker, you laying around and eating up all the food, you ain't doing shit, then that means I'm gonna go out here and get with some homies and we gonna rob some shit or something. You understand what I mean? The way we worked was that basically we would assess the issues, then at the same time we bridge gaps and create relationships with other communities. You know what I mean? We actually have people that are I wouldn't say representatives, but I'll say reputable homies. Some of us, you know, we created relationships with other communities, including Crip communities, to the point where if there's a problem, we got phone numbers. Now we can resolve some of this before the shit blows up, because of the fact that to start with, before there's an explosion, somebody light the fuse of the dynamite. So if we there to stomp out the fuse and put that shit out right there, then that stops this shit from being a big old explosion and causing a domino effect and causing so many people to be hurt. Now, the situation on the blood side of this here, the way I look at it, is that we need to be building bridges. The East and the West needs to be building bridges. The Bloods from LA, I mean, don't get me wrong. I ain't going to say everybody, because I'm like, this will come to everybody, right? There's a lot of counterfeit movements. People are stealing the ideology. I ain't going to say ideology, because if they stole it was ideology, it would be all right. But people are stealing the identity. People are counterfeiting. They get on Facebook and they start Facebook instant messaging motherfuckers. Hey homie, can I be from the set?
You know he talking about y'all little niggas.
You creating a big divide. You understand what I mean? And I say that because of the fact that the way that's creating a divide is simply because of the fact that, okay, let us say like this here. You're creating a divide because now, okay, let us say like the big homie coming in, you got one intention and things moving in one direction, right? And you call them up as now. This is the thing. When I went to New York, it was like this. In New York, seeing how things work, I come to the realization nobody in LA understands what's going on in New York because it's different politics. Right. You understand what I mean? There's somewhat of a structure there, but the structure itself needs to be reconfigured so that it can work in the right direction, because they actually got a beautiful movement there, right? Where in LA we have a natural structure of things and the way that things work. You can't go to New York and reconfigure everything and say, no, y'all gonna do it like we do it, because they've been doing it the way they do it too long. The common denominator is the fact that we're all blood. But at the same time, by us being that means that, like I said before, that those out there that claim the West Coast set, right? They need to be tapped in with the dudes out here that gave them that, right? You connect all those pieces. Then you do the same thing with the East Side set. All the reputable dudes out there. Now we can come together and we can start creating a social situation. Because socially, we all have to come to a term of understanding to get to know who we're dealing with. Because now if there's issues, I don't know who to talk to. You understand what I mean? But before you start having crazy meetings and all this other shit and trying to organize, people got to sit down together, break bread, come to terms of understanding who is who. Because the way we deal with each other behind the scenes trickles down to the front line, and that's how they deal with each other. If we
not to cut y'all off, man, but I'm scared of that word organization or organized. That shit hold like 50 years. I don't want to be cool. I don't want to be structured with half of them punk ass niggas. I'm straight. These niggas is 6'9" bloods, man. Some niggas is 6'9" bloods. Some niggas is real gangsters. But I don't got no time for that.
Wait. The one thing I just said a second ago, you got people that are counterfeiting the movement.
You right. You right.
And I'm that's why I said that those that are officially, you understand what I mean?
Right, though.
If you official and you claiming the LA set, okay, cool. You got a representative from there. You got a representative out here. If you official on the New York side, right? You got a representative on that end. Now you can come to terms the communication and relation. Because the one thing about it all, everybody they hype this bullshit up about it being issues in East and West. How the fuck can we have issues 3,000 miles away from each other?
Exactly.
New York people don't see LA motherfuckers. LA motherfuckers don't see New York people. You understand what I mean?
Hey.
Media,
And let me
which
tell
is
y'all something. Let me tell y'all
huh?
something for that shit Nino was saying. The New York UBN don't got nothing to do with that LA UBN shit. It don't got nothing to do with that.
Well,
Those
that's
are two
not
different
nothing
things,
out
homie.
here though.
I'm tired of niggas acting like it's the same shit. It ain't the same shit.
That
New York
ain't,
niggas got
that
their
ain't,
own little blood thing going on.
that ain't nothing in the streets out here. You ain't in the street out here. That's the difference out here. It's not in our streets. It ain't on sets. You understand what I mean?
Exactly.
Those are individuals. Out here, those are individuals. But the thing I'm saying is that the blood themselves, right? Among them, you get with the right motherfuckers, homie. Motherfuckers be at the head of a beautiful movement because of the fact that the objective, first and foremost, we got to get away from this gang mentality. We got to stop considering ourselves to be gang. Because where we fucking up at, the ideology goes into the word, and we don't have a realization that this is a word that was given to us by law enforcement and the media. Because if you think about history back, and if you go back to the initial times of this, when the Black Panther Party was around, nobody wanted to be. You understand what I mean? And a part of this shit was emulating what they was doing. At the same time, when we look at this and we consider it for what it is, you understand what I mean? The ideology of this here has to be somewhat elevated to a higher science because everybody's trying to repeat the mistakes that was made in Los Angeles in the past. Motherfuckers don't understand the hardship. Motherfuckers don't understand how many people have been died in prison. Motherfuckers don't understand how many
That's
homeless
real talk.
kids and they motherfucking kids ain't got their daddies and their mamas because of the bullshit out here, right?
Right.
Somewhere through here, there got to be a motherfucker some direction put to this to get my point on. We got some smart motherfuckers in New York, and we need to be working on creating a motherfucking major movement where we create corporations or something. We worldwide. We should have a motherfucking Apple or a motherfucking Microsoft or Amazon or something. We got enough motherfuckers among us, and I'm pretty sure we got some intelligent motherfuckers among us. You feel what I'm saying?
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, like part of the reason, you know what I'm saying, I got on here like is because, you know, like in the early 2000s, you know, they were saying, yo, we couldn't rep West Coast sets over here for whatever reason. So like if niggas get into it on this internet shit or whatever and it start a West Coast East Coast war, like, you know, when we was banging and shit, we was banging with ourselves over here on the East Coast. Like niggas from the West Coast ain't come over here and bang with us. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and we banging on our own coast for a whole nother coast. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
what I'm saying is like this shit is serious to me because if niggas can go back and forth and shit on the internet, but when this shit spill out into the streets, niggas is on the front line with this shit. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I've been reaching out one love, one blood to everybody, you know, everybody who be doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like before the shit happened, because after something happened, niggas want to go on some kumbaya shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm not with all that shit. Like after something happened, that's it. You feel what I'm saying? It's all about preventing shit. This shit is real serious. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people think this shit is a game. It's all about views and all that. Niggas trying to come up. It's all love and all that. You know what I'm saying? But niggas got platforms. Niggas can reach out to each other. Niggas can work with each other, bro. Like we don't need to do this shit, especially in front of the world. You feel what I'm saying? If niggas have issues, niggas can holler at each other behind the scenes. You know, that's all I gotta say, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, that's real understandable. Could y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Saying niggas need to start.
That's real understandable, you know. But you know who win out of everything we doing, and that's been going on for centuries. You know, now no racist shit, but them white folks is winning. You know, because one thing about being a real gang banger, it's only two outcomes. That's either jail or you AMs and PMs. Guaranteed, if you're really true about it. Because when you're true about it, that's all you do is get out there and put your life on the line to get that rep or respect. And the cold part about it is, especially on the West Coast, the shit we trying to get respect for, we don't even own the land. We don't own the project. You feeling me?
Right.
They got something set up now in our project. If one of my little brothers get caught with a gun or some dope, they put my mama out the house. You understanding what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah,
So
they didn't have
the problem. The what we got to do is figure out the way to replace this, because there's something missing. And we always think it's money and shit. Yeah, money is a big part of it, but motherfuckers got to start using their brains. It's time to start making your brain work. Period. Because right now we really on some ignorant shit, and that ignorant shit got us losing.
Real talk.
Especially, just imagine, I'm in all kind of states, man. I got all kind of businesses, positive shit, home health cares, foundations, Project Baby Records, music, TV shows, movies. But just imagine if when I was on the corner at 13, 14, I'm in my 40s now. Do you know how sad that look when a motherfucker roll past and see me standing on the same damn corner at 40-something years old? And that looks terrible.
You can do it.
That's fucking frightening to me. You understanding what I'm saying? So we got to learn how to own shit, man. We got to learn how to get dirty. We got to get dirty so a motherfucker can shine, you know?
Yeah.
And to do that, a motherfucker got to put his ego to the side. A motherfucker got to humble himself. And a motherfucker got to do some shit that ain't building his body, but building that brain muscle and figuring this shit out. Because that's the first step. I don't give a fuck what kind of round table we get, who we get. If a motherfucker ain't working that brain muscle, we ain't going to get nowhere. You feeling me?
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about it.
Let me ask you a question, like while you right there. Like, so when it comes to like a round table or, you know, since sitting down, like you said earlier, Matt Rundle just said pretty much how, you know, it ain't really too many relationships when it comes to West Coast and East Coast, because it's really 3,000 miles away. And some individuals might trust the individuals and take their word as, you know, them the people that they need to be talking to, and it might not be that situation. So, like, again, like you saying that, you know, guys like yourself.
You gotta sit down. I know what you're saying. You gotta sit down with somebody who got something to lose. A motherfucker who ain't got nothing to lose can't negotiate. You got to sit down with a motherfucker who got house notes, jobs, kids, responsibility. You know, a motherfucker ain't just waking up smoking a blunt talking about what bitch he fuck. I'm about real businessmen.
Right.
That's who you got to sit down with. Because if you sitting down with somebody who got something to lose, he gonna put nothing but negative, positive energy into it, so everybody can win. See, that's the thing about a boss. A boss makes sure everybody around him is winning, eating, winning. Because if you look at it, you know the boss supposed to really eat last. Because how you gonna have a soldiers and troops and businessmen who hungry out there trying to make moves? If they hungry, their brain ain't working right. But if a motherfucker full and satisfied, he gonna get out there and make it happen to make sure the person who's making it pop is okay. See, it's a lot to it, man. But the main thing is we got to use that brain muscle instead of this trigger finger and that mouthpiece. Motherfucker got to use that brain at all times. You know? So that's what I feel about it, youngin. A motherfucker got to sit down with somebody who got something to lose.
You know that you made a lot of sense, because I tell everybody right now that. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I said, he make a lot of sense because I tell people always, if you don't own the real estate, you ain't got no hood. If you don't own the property, you ain't got the hood. See, it's a war, and I always tell people the war is economical. The war ain't racial. The war is classism. And the thing about that is, like right now in LA, there's a lot of gentrification going on, right? And the gentrification is pushing out the lower class. So the gentrification don't victimize the landowners. Gentrification only victimizes the tenants. So that means if you don't own nothing, then you're a victim of the gentrification that's taking place. And there's two places in the world that we should own. We should own where we work, and we should own where we live. You know what I'm saying? We should be, and this is one of the things, like me, we're talking about things on a level of like us coming together and, you know, being creative. I'm also talking about things like coming together, being creative on a level of learning who is who, because we got smart dudes among us. You understand what I mean? You got some dudes that got talent that they play it down because they got to be in a group around a bunch of other dudes where it ain't cool to be smart. You got guys around you where you might have dudes that got the sense to understand economics and be able to break down this shit and write us up a motherfucking plan to the point to where we might be able to start a major corporation and then on top of that, there buy stock and go public, and you understand what I mean? To put it together and make something out of something. But it's cool to dumb it down. See, the thing about it is that, and once again, I always got to say this, as black people, man, we celebrate a motherfucker coming out of maximum security prison, but we will ignore a motherfucker coming out of a motherfucking historical black college or university. We will ignore a motherfucker coming out of USC, to where we need everybody because of the fact that my view of the world is that we do need a reconfiguration of this, because the way we living, see, people still living by the old script, and somewhere through here it has to be rewritten because the shit just ain't working. We got people that's dying like a motherfucker everywhere on our old bullshit. You got people we got communities being divided by the shit that we fought over, that now we friends, but these motherfuckers calling themselves Bloods and Crips, and now they taking our heat. You know what I'm saying? Creating their own levels of politics. You understand what I'm saying? To the point to where we have a sense of responsibility, because if we all one thing, then we should at least have an understanding of we should be able to live one way. You understand what I mean? Or at least create another tier of this, to the extent to where we can have some kind of creativity and investment in this shit here.
Right. Real talk. See, the problem with us is white folks, businessmen, white folks, they don't make see, black folks, we make 2-3 year plans. Them white folks, they make 100-year plans.
Right.
You know how dedicated you got to be to stick to script for 100 years, for 50 years? That's how they make their plans. They don't make no week plan, no 2-year plan. They make, okay, in 30 years, we gonna have, man, I done been to like 8 or 9 different states, right? East St. Louis, Mississippi, Oklahoma, all in the Midwest, Duluth. Everywhere I went, man, I seen the city where black folks used to thrive at shut down. When I say shut down, I mean like look like a ghost town. And all of that, all these places used to thrive about 50, 60 years ago. But the white folks' plan is, okay, they winning right now. We gonna set this plan. Okay, we free the slaves, but we gonna have their ass right back in chains in a few 100 years. And guess what? They did it. So I'm saying is we got to make long-term plans with high goals.
Right.
And chip them down. Don't nothing happen overnight. We used to shit happening real fast. Anything worth having, it takes time. You know, you got to build it on a solid foundation, and then with sturdy material. You know, so you know, I think we got to restructure our minds, man. Right. Once we do that, shit, we can have the world. Honestly,
right.
Keep it 100.
Right. That makes sense. They're building systems. Like how you're saying the long-term plan, it becomes a system. It's like how racism became a system. But we looking at racism now, it ain't individual racism, it's systemic racism. Like, I'm gonna give you an example I always use about systemic racism. Black people were somewhere in the area close to about maybe 10 to 12% of the United States, but at the same time, we 50% of the prison population. So there's a system of racism because after slavery, they built prisons. At the same time, we look in Los Angeles, black people somewhere around 11%, but we 50% of the homeless population. See what I'm saying? There's systemic racism built right into the housing system here. You understand what I mean? I mean, and the way it is that that's true what you're saying. We don't have these systems in place. We ourselves, first and foremost, it's the thing that now I ain't gonna lie to you. That the divide and conquer, that's a great tactic that works on us so much that they divide us by anything that we do. If it's red, it's blue. If it's Christian, it's Muslim, it's Jewish, whatever. At the same time, it can be a motherfucking union. I'm a member of the carpenters union, and you're a member of the electricians union. Whatever we do, it will set us against each other. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing about it is that first we got to learn some cohesiveness and how to come together properly, because of the fact that that's our problem. People are easy to play us against each other because they can wave a few trinkets in front of us, and all of a sudden we think it's not about us. It's not the I of it. It's not the us of it. It's the I of it. In other words, I ain't worried about everybody else, but I got mine, and that's not the way it should be.
Right.
Real talk.
Right. Go ahead.
And that's how everybody think nowadays. Right.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
You know why?
I was saying right.
You know why I named my company Project Babies? People think I named it Project Babies because of the project, but I named it that because we are a project, the black race. Anybody of color. We're systematically made into a project. So Project Babies, something like a test tube baby, which is the strongest. You feeling me?
Right.
So I feel all of us, the reason why it's Project Baby, because it's unifying everybody who comes from a struggle and want to get out the struggle.
Right.
You feeling me?
Right.
And that's the reason for the name,
Right. Right. Well, that's like I say, it's funny to me. See, you can identify with the struggle. Like I can identify with the struggle. The funny thing is I trip off, I trip off the dudes that made it out the struggle when they trying to climb back in the hole we climbing out of. You understand what I mean? Crazy. But this is my thing with those guys. If you somebody that you done made it, you got a little money and you got a name, make a contribution to the community. You're a greater asset to us if you can make a contribution to the community and come and bring something where we ourselves can flourish from, or at least something that the kids can flourish from, rather than to come try to stand on the corner with us and drink a 40 ounce. You understand what I mean?
Well, that's why I said when you're a boss, you got to make sure everybody around you rich.
Right.
Because when you're the only one way up there, you get fucking lonely.
Right.
So what happens is you find your way right back to the slums.
Right.
And then when you go to the slums, your mind get manipulated because everybody in the slums so broke that we treat you like a god.
Right.
And it'd be a reverse site. You like, oh man, this is the cool shit. This is what I'm supposed to do. So we got to break that selfishness that you was talking about, Black. And we got to share the wealth with the people that's helping everybody in the slum. You can't help no dumb. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You can't help nobody who gets some money and then go run out and buy some change. And you got the person that's helping themselves, man. Person with an idea that's bigger than them and bigger than where they came from. Those are the people you gotta help.
Right. Because there has to be some education also, because we got to learn about investment. And people got to learn about real value and real property other than buying perishable things and shit that loses value and depreciates when you drive it off the lot. People have to have an understanding, and in our culture, as a culture, I always say this: we are the biggest consumers, but we spend billions of dollars on a yearly basis. We have the ability to be able to build corporations. We got the ability to be able to buy land. We got the ability to be able to come together and create great conglomerates and actually put something into the community that we never had before. But we are so distracted because of the fact that, once again, you're watching television, that when the new Jordan come out, everybody gonna run and go get that. When Cadillac make something new, everybody want to go get that. But at the same time, motherfuckers is on Section 8 living like that, where they have no realization, they don't have any equity. So you understand what I mean? And that makes a great difference right there. Because the fact that if you don't have any equity, then you don't have anything of value, because that means that for all that you invest, you're not getting nothing back, and it's not increasing in value as you invest in it. So you know what I mean? And it's really interesting because of the fact that this whole concept I look at, that's how I look at like the homies. I look at like the homeboys, like on the blood thing. If we were able to put our heads together, come up with a political, economical, and a social plan to be able to come together and create things to where economically we're creating an infrastructure based upon money and revenue and empowering the community that way. On the other side, socially, if we can come together and just learn how to deal with each other and try to work out a lot of the bullshit that everybody capitalizes on and exploits. And then at the same time, politically, if we ourselves were able to just align and be able to walk in the same motherfucking direction without anybody turning around and say, okay, this is our objective, is right in front of us, we'd be a lot greater. You understand what I mean? And
absolutely.
It's crazy because of the fact that nobody want to be that way. Nobody can see the world that way. But it's a bigger world. We live in a world full of innovation and creation. And every idea, everything created, every creation, every system was an idea. People don't realize the power of their minds. Because just because we blood, and I always say this here, that don't mean we're criminals, that don't mean we're terrorists. And I point that out to people on a regular basis. Because of the fact that, like I said, it becomes our culture. So the only thing we are is we're just exposed to the environment, and the conditions of the environment shapes our lives. But then when we get older, we're far beyond this. We're in a whole other space now. We're living somewhere else. So now we got to look up, and this is the problem. And I'm going to tell you what the problem was. The problem was that, and this is something I was taught. A bunch of adolescents created this whole situation. This blood situation was created by a bunch of adolescents, right? Because all them guys were young, they were young, they were teenagers when they created, right? But this is the thing about all of that right there, right?
Somebody got their music playing, I can't hear you.
I heard somebody's music too. But this is the thing about that. Nobody had an end game. Nobody had a plan for a 50-year-old man as a blood. Nobody had a plan for a motherfucker when he turned 40 years old and he's a blood. Nobody had a plan for to go to the next level. If somebody would have just implemented something in here for us to where they say, well, okay, at a certain point, you're going to get out, you're taking you off of the bottom level, up the bottom tier.
It's good, boy.
With all this bullshit.
Good. Okay.
We're gonna put you in a whole nother space. Up in a college, or we're gonna give you a business school and a vocation. Right now, we'd be having all the big homies right now would be owning millions of dollars worth of shit because they would have the information to apply. It goes back to what you said about how we think. But if we don't have anybody that's teaching this, or if that's not, it go, okay, here you go. That plan you spoke of, that system you spoke of, right? If that system was implemented and everybody was following that, that means that somewhere through here, like a homie would turn like 30-something years old or so, and he's done his shit on the bottom side, done time, whatever, then had his years, right? Now I'm telling you, we flipping the script on a motherfucker. We sending his ass to community college. We working him up in the USC somewhere. Now we working his ass up in the corporate America somewhere. Now he's a stockbroker or something. You understand what I mean? What happens now, Sonny, when we infiltrate mainstream America? See, because in reality, it's going on right now. It just happens.
Blueprint.
Yeah. See them like that. But
What about politics? Politics, is that something they should stay away from?
These niggas are nuts.
Read that book, The Blueprint,
No,
man.
we gotta fuck with politics. That's the main thing.
He said that.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I said, socially, economically, and politically. You understand what I mean? Because those are the three aspects of this here that we have to balance to get a system. But at the same time, we have to have we got a whole other tier this here to where, okay, a homie come out, let's just say, if you look at a homie been on my he's 27 years old. He don't know how to handle things. One thing I learned about this life skills is very important. Because people have to have what they need to do to navigate their own life and have their families to live. Because you got motherfuckers who got kids that don't even know how to be fathers. Just because they made it, don't make them fathers. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing about that is that there has to be education. Man, we got to be educated like a motherfucker and teaching, because the old script, it just ain't working. Now we got other bloods just picking up our script, picking up the script. They going through things we going through, and I look at it. I see these things coming before they happen now. So it's a whole other game now. And see so much that we look at it now and we figure out, well, what can we do to make a difference? Because like I said, once again, I'm one of these people like this. I am so deep in this and got so much invested in it, I can't just cut my life and call it a day. But at the same time, within the culture itself, I can see making the differences because of the fact that it takes the right voices to make those differences. And that's what's important. It takes those voices to make those differences. And the thing is leading by example, because they see what we're doing. Like, I own my own carpet cleaning service, and I always tell homies about working. You understand what I mean? I own a carpet cleaning service. I always tell motherfuckers about how simple it is to go get a DEA, save a little money, go buy some equipment, get some training, go to one of these schools like A. Freeman Occupational Center or Maxine Waters or something, get some training under your belt. Now all you got to do, once you finish with all that, all you got to do is just go out there and start advertising or subcontract or figure out what you need to do to get out there. And you your own boss. And a lot of people don't realize that don't take too much of nothing. You see what I'm saying? It's not complicated. It's not hard. It just takes the investment of time. You understand what I mean? And these are the things, some of the things that has to be implemented, because we got too many people trapped in the dope game. And I say trapped because I was one of them dudes for decades that was, I get out of prison, first thing I'm looking at is I'm gonna give me a sack of dope. I'm gonna go back out here on the block. I'm gonna get my money, but I also know this chapter also ends in the back of a police car. I have a great realization of that, and I was never in denial of that. So you know what I'm saying? It makes a difference now because we are capable of understanding, and we ourselves possess the information. The information is vital now because of the fact that having that information, these are plans that should be implemented all over the country, simply because of the fact that we got to be working on something greater than prison. You know what I mean? Shit, if we 50% of the prison system, how much of the prison system is gang members? You know what I'm saying? How many? If 50% of the United States prison system is black, how many of those prison members, how many of those prison inmates are Blood, Crips, People's, Folks, and whatever other black gang? You see what I mean? We have a great population like this, and the problem is everybody's so lost. It's easy to step out, but it's easier to slip back in.
Right.
I say that. I thought you were gonna say something.
Yeah, I wanted to say, like, when it comes down to, because I heard you talking about more so creating a job, and a lot of times people have trouble, like they had bad circumstances, maybe growing up, and now they're trying to restart their life, and rather than going out looking for a job all the time, like, I think that people need to tell more of an importance on how you can create your job.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. I've been to prison 5 times. First time I went to prison was 1987. The last time I got out of prison was 2008. I believed that for a long time. But the number one obstacle between me and a job has always been myself, because I let people get in my head with their bullshit, telling me I'm a convict, ain't nobody gonna hire me, I can't do nothing, right? I came to a greater realization because you want to know something? them little bullshit jobs ain't gonna hire you. But if you yourself got a prison record, man, you can join the motherfucking union to be a carpenter, an electrician, somebody. I'm talking about on a good paying job. And they don't care about your record or nothing. They don't care when you got out. They just care about if you can fulfill the obligations, and they will teach you. There's an apprenticeship. I was actually in the carpenters union out here in Los Angeles, local 1506. They didn't give a fuck about my prison record or nothing. But I think I was, and I'm gonna tell you what made me quit, right? And I paroled in 2008, and I was in a prison out in California called Susanville. And what happened was that they put me in school out here, right? If you go to school, you get halftime out here if you go to school, right? That's if you're in the violent offender. Now I went to school and I got halftime. But what they did, they stuck me in vocational janitorial. I didn't even like this shit. I didn't even want to do this shit. I didn't want to be no motherfucking janitor. I said, fuck this shit. I ain't doing this shit. But the teacher pulled me to the side. And the teacher told me, he said, look, man, you can get something out of this. You ain't got to take everything. Just take something, right? And the teacher started schooling me on carpet cleaning. And he told me the hardest part about carpet cleaning is owning the equipment, man. And then when I got out of prison, that stuck to me because I learned, that's the part I learned. And when I got out of prison, that shit stuck to me, man. And I was working little bullshit jobs and shit. And I was driving truck for the LA Times, but I was saving my bread, man. And I started buying equipment. And then I found a motherfucker that if I purchased used equipment, I found somebody that could repair and put new motors and everything. So even though I buy the equipment cheap and just pay for the whole repairs and had the whole thing overhauled and put a brand new motor in or whatever, right? But this is the key to that. From that little bit of information, what I got out of that was I myself personally now I got my own service, man. You know what I mean? I subcontract and I work for myself. So through that and by that, I took the information that I had and I utilized that information to my best benefit. But everybody has to have an understanding. You got to be open for it first, because this is the problem when you get out of it. When you say, well, I've been through these circumstances, man, let me tell you, homie, I have been from the set. I've been from my set, from my neighborhood. I've been from Rolling 20 since 1976. I'm one of them motherfuckers who's been shot, stabbed, beat, all the circumstances that go with this. They've been to so many funerals, it's fucking ridiculous, right? At the same time, it's the same story as everybody else. But this is the thing about that story. I ain't gonna let my past dictate my future. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let the present day right now dictate the future for me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it from right here where I'm at, figure out what I want to do, and then I'm gonna create. You see what I mean? And at the same time, I've learned you can talk to people, man, and people ain't gonna be ready until it's their time. You see what I mean? Homie, people can tell you, everybody got a sad story, homie. Everybody got a circumstance. Everybody got a death in the family. Everybody been in jail. Everybody got people that's on drugs. All this shit is common. But the key objective is that's not what defines you. You yourself personally got to take the initiative. See, my saying is the best way to get on your feet is get off your ass. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing about that is that you got to take it upon yourself to be your own motherfucking boss. You got to be the star of your movie, man. And you got to get up every motherfucking day and you got to create a future. So you can't sit around and lay around and wait for life to happen. You got to time. You know what? I didn't have a job, right? And somebody gave me the greatest information in the world, man, and it really motivated me. A dude told me, he said, I didn't have a job, man. I was up every day looking for a job and I was getting tired. And the dude told me, he said, it's a job looking for a job. I said, damn, I really do have a job. I'm out here searching the system. You know what I'm saying? But the bigger picture is, it's the motivation in the person, because we can make a million excuses. I can make a million excuses of why I ain't. Shit, but I would rather be the person to come up with the reason for why I am. You know what I mean? The landlord, you don't want to hear that shit about, I got bad circumstances. Shit, the kids need food on the table. They don't want to hear that shit about bad circumstances. And ain't no way in the world that if there's a bad circumstances taking place, it's going to last forever. We only in our bad circumstances for right now. Today don't dictate the future. So that means that we ourselves got to be willing to do what it takes today in order to make tomorrow better, because this is the one thing about all of this. You got to be doing something good for something better to happen.
Yeah, no doubt. How you feel about that, Gunna? Like, when it comes to like a female perspective, like, you got any like what like how do you feel about that?
I don't.
Like, is it
Because I had got out for a minute. So what was the question? Like what?
like different obstacles? Like he's basically just broke down like a lot of different obstacles that goes through with the males. Typical stuff. When you're incarcerated, then you come home and then you can't get a job. Is it the same thing going on
Yeah,
with
because
sisters?
I mean, I would say me personally, not me because like you know what I'm saying. By the grace of God, I just never, you know what I'm saying, got incarcerated. I got home that and did years in the then got out, they got kids, they can't get jobs, like it affects them in a lot of ways, just like guys too. So, I mean, I feel like it's the same thing because, like, I know a lot of bitches that's killers too, like niggas. I know
Mm-hmm.
bitches jail for murder, like, so I feel like it's the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Bitches got out here too, I mean, a bullet don't got the same. So, when it comes to that, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say all the way equal because some females have a way of, you know what I'm saying, just because we females, we have a way of you know what I'm saying, tending to get better positions just because we are women. You know what I'm saying? So that might be a little difference right there. So but as far as that, it's a lot of women that I know that's locked up doing time right now. Felons can't get jobs, they got strikes, so they go through the same thing that guys go through.
Mm-hmm. Do you encourage them to like Mad Ronald and Buster Ho is pretty much saying like encourage them to open up businesses, but do you do the same?
Yeah,
Encourage
if you employed, I encourage that fully because who want to work for somebody? Don't nobody want to work for nobody. I mean,
Real
I
shit.
hate going to work for the white man. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly thinking of ways like, damn, how can I make my own millions? You feel me? Like, I don't want to work for nobody either. So I feel like for every black person out here that's doing something as far as entrepreneurs, like big ups to y'all, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because out here right now, it's a lot of I'm starting to see a lot of people like
go, you going out a little bit.
like being in one ways to get money. Like a nigga can't say, "Oh, well, I don't know how to go get $1." Like that's a lot. Like so, I mean, if you ain't got it in you, I mean, I don't know what to say. You just on some bum
We
ass
need
shit.
we need more
But
entrepreneurs. We
I
need
feel
more everything, man. We need motherfuckers to go hit the polls too, man.
from
For real. We need
Yeah.
motherfuckers to start running for something, man, so they could be heard, man. We need some motherfuckers to be congressmen, man. We need motherfuckers in there, man. Straight up.
Oh, facts.
But see,
Facts.
it's hard to do that when it's a lot of intelligent black people out here too. But it's hard to do that when they got strikes and felonies
Yeah,
and things like that. It make it hard for niggas.
yeah, that's a
So
fact. So you gotta start your own business and get it.
especially coming into some politic type shit. When you black and you smart as fuck, the white man intimidated by that shit. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna try
For
to find
real.
every way to not let your ass up in there. You feel me? You just gotta be strong enough to push your way through that fucking door.
That's why
So
motherfuckers gotta push their homies to do good shit, do positive shit. Don't push your homies to be no felons, man. Straight
Real
up.
shit.
Niggas talking about that. Oh, I love my homie. But man, you sending them on a doja mission, nigga, to go get locked up, stupid.
mhm.
Mm.
Fuck out of
Real
here.
talk.
That right there is a no-go, man. Straight up. You love your homie, you gonna keep your homie out of the pen. You gonna keep your homie out here doing something positive, my nigga. Straight up. So he don't got no 3 strikes.
Facts.
That's right.
Real
Like,
talk.
like as a whole, we need to just try to stick together
For real.
for the black man. You know what I'm saying? It's sad when you see your brothers getting killed out here by the police every day, and the police ain't getting charged.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Just like gotta come together. But we fighting each other, we shooting each other. Nigga got more money, next nigga, or he ain't got no money or something.
There's always hate and there's always jealousy
Right?
all the time. It's been like that since Jesus days, homie. Niggas always gonna be out there trying to stab you in the back.
It's
For real, for
scary.
real.
It's sad because especially like I got 2 sons. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I'm pretty sure y'all all got kids and shit, but I got sons. Growing up black in LA, like I'm scared for them. You feel me? Scared. So it's crazy.
So you do think like that's like let me ask you that, you know what I'm saying? You knowing the obstacles, right? Do you think that it's like some sort of difference like when it's played with the black man?
But I feel like the shit that they do is gonna affect our children.
Yeah, because I always wanted to know like if a lot of females think like it is a lot of pressure when it comes to the black male versus the black female. I'm just curious on your thoughts on that.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on the black male. I gotta, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got the weight of the world on y'all shoulders. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And as a black woman, we expect a lot from y'all. You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
expect y'all to hold it down. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a lot of pressure up on y'all as far as being a black American. Yeah, it is.
Gotcha. You want to add something to it, Busso?
You know, on female topic, this is how I feel about our black females.
Mm-hmm.
A black female is gonna be what a man is.
Right.
They
Facts.
emulate what we do. So
Facts.
if we go hard and be the provider and nurture and be the king we supposed to be, they'll be the queen that they supposed to be. But the fucked up part is we didn't drop the ball. So once
Right.
we drop the ball, they pick up. And you got females going harder than men on all levels, business wise, family wise, shit. Now street wise, because the men has forgot how to be, how to have dominion. Y'all know what dominion means?
No.
God gave man dominion over everything. That means he gave us the power over everything, but we didn't give it away. You feeling me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's so hard right now for to me the black female to make it, because the man has gave away the power. You know, a man want to get his money from his woman. He wants the woman to make cook his food, watch the baby. She do everything, and the man sit up and play video games, smoke blunts all day. You 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 done gave away your crown. You feel me? You didn't gave away your dominion. So
Where your
that's
camera?
another element that we got to work
Where
on
is
as
it?
black men. We got to outwork our women.
Bitch, I'm doing
Our
something
women
else.
are outworking us.
I'm doing something
You
else.
digging me? That's what I
Right
feel
though.
on that.
Yo.
So
Yeah, no,
y'all heard.
Right, that shit on the nail.
I understand what you're saying. I'm about to step down. I got somebody just came in, Janae 112. How you feel about this situation? I ain't gonna be able to you ain't gonna be able to hear me when I pull you up for a few seconds.
What happened? There's too many people. Oh, I don't know what y'all talking about. First of all, what y'all talking about? Hello?
What's bracket?
What's bracket? I don't know what y'all talking
Yo,
about.
we talking about like when it come down to the female
What's happening?
versus the male, like is it any when if it's any differences when it comes to like the way you
Come
gotta
on,
handle
y'all. Get
yourself
your
out
foot off
there
my
in the
car,
street.
bitch. Huh? Because I'm doing something. You playing with, bitch. You about to make me mad. Bitch, bye. What you say now? Sorry, y'all.
Are we up? Are the black males versus the black females? Are they up against a little bit more? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Are they up against a little bit more?
A little bit more, like meaning that um when it comes down to the black man, like the different obstacles that a black man will have versus a black female living in America. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, do you got any thoughts on that? Like if it is any differences, you think that they similar, share the same, or the exact?
No, it's different because it's a man. Like women and men are different. We're not equal. I mean, it's different. It's totally different. It's harder on the men when they out here gang banging and doing shit, but with the girls, it's a little bit more easier on us because we gotta fight the females. But some girls they fight niggas like me. Sorry, you got to knock me out because I'm not, baby. When I tell you I will fight a man, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I will shoot you. Whatever I gotta do, but bitch, I will fight you straight up. I'm not taking no for no answer. You're not for the punk me. You're not for the mark me out. If I'm in the right and you in the wrong, we're gonna squabble straight up. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. Not like that. I'm not saying like, oh, but I've had more fights with men than I've had with women. So
I got you.
niggas, it's just different for the men. It's harder and it's easier for the girls.
I seen you on the podcast earlier a few days ago, and we was talking about a little bit before you came here, but maybe I can get your opinion on it. When it came to people contacting big homies on Facebook, via social media, is that a good route to go, or is it necessary today?
No, it's not a good route to go because you hitting up motherfuckers that's not really OGs and shot callers is just what they is. If you gonna make some calls, make some real calls. Don't make no calls to no YGs that don't really know what's going on. And y'all sitting up here brainwashing the young YGs that they don't know what's going on in the world. They really don't know, and y'all sitting up here watching the young niggas telling them lies to make it feel like you really official when you fucking not. Stop lying. Straight up. Don't lie. Tell the truth. You got put on through the internet, and it is what it is. You got put on through the internet, and you're not official. You ain't official if you didn't fight. If you ain't came to the hood and goddamn, ain't no put on by having sex. No, ain't none of that. Ain't no official through the motherfucking internet. Ain't none of that. That's out. So if you got put on through the internet and then you take it upon yourself to put somebody else on through the internet, then that means both of y'all bogus.
Nah, that's for real though. That's the problem now.
Both of
That's
y'all bogus.
exactly
Then
the
y'all ain't coming
problem
to
now.
the hood and then y'all claiming that y'all OGs. How? You ain't did shit. You ain't even been over here on this side of town. How you an OG from where? From what? How? You ain't did shit. You ain't no shot caller. Don't nobody is underneath you. So how you an OG from the hood? I don't understand that. I'm confused. You feel me?
Yeah, I
So
got
if you banging and you want to be from somewhere, go to the hood and tell them you want to bang, you want to be from there. Don't go, oh, somebody such and such put me on the internet. Bitch, you're not from the hood if you got put on through the internet. That is bogus. You're out. No, bitch. No, 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 no.
Yeah, for
And if
real.
niggas
Like you
rocking
gotta
like that,
go.
Hey,
You
they
gotta
either
go to
they
the
ain't
hood.
I
real.
got a question. I got
You
a
gotta
question.
go to the hood like me.
I got
I
a
was in
question.
the hood. Niggas
I
got
got a
beat in the
question.
hood. And I'm not talking
go
about
ahead.
one day. We're not talking about one day. You need to be there more often. You need to motherfucker really, really be there, man.
I feel what y'all
Get a
saying.
hold of
I got
yourself
a
out
question
there, man.
about.
And then we
What
just
about
not
the
talking
niggas
about
that's
just the
the green? What
Nickersons.
about the
No,
niggas?
nigga, because once you go to the Nickersons, you need to figure out how LA is as a whole. You know what I'm
That
saying?
part.
As a whole.
What about them though? What about the
Who is
niggas that?
them?
What about the niggas from the set that's giving these niggas, the out of town niggas, the green light to even bang through the internet?
Right. And I feel you, but you
What
know
about them?
about you know what it is though? They doing it behind the homies' back. So they not going back to the hood and telling them, oh, I put such and such on from New Jersey or from New York or from North Carolina. They doing it behind the homies' back. So they don't know. So what happens is they get inbox like me. I get a lot of DMs from niggas saying, oh, they from Bunny Hunters, they from here, they from there. And I'm like, well, who put you on? Oh, such and such put me on. Well, who was such and such? I don't even know such and such. Oh, such and such from over here. But they ain't even from the project. So you got put on through the internet, like how? Or you understand what I'm saying? So what they doing is the homies is going.
the ones that really ain't OGs is going around putting on other homies and ain't going back to the hood and ain't telling, oh, well, I went out of town and I put such and such on, so he from the hood. I just want to let y'all know he from the hood. And then you're supposed to let the homies know, okay, well, tell them to come out here to meet up with everybody to make sure they actually official. That's how you do that. You don't go behind the homies' hood, behind the homies' back, behind your own hood, and put somebody on and you don't tell nobody. So now these niggas thinking they the shit because they got put on, but don't nobody even know that they got put on. You're bogus too. You're bogus for doing that because you shouldn't be doing that, period. If you don't put somebody on, tell the whole hood, look, I went over here, go talk to the OGs, go talk to the real shot callers and tell these niggas I put such and such on from the hood, so now they
Clout
know it's
Chaser.
official. How we
Yo,
supposed to know it's
Clout
official
Chaser.
yeah,
if you ain't telling nobody?
This one right here, she used to be with my big homie, blood.
got you.
Real shit. It was on that type of note, my nigga. Like some niggas can't even say no shit like that. Like, oh, niggas was chilling with my big homie. Niggas know my big homie. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I done been to the Bronx. I done been to the bunny on the side of the Bronx.
Fact.
I done been to Brooklyn. I go
Fact.
where I'm going. I'm going where the fuck I want to go. So if you claim a bunny in the Bronx or in New York, I'm pulling up straight up. I'm pulling up. I want to see what the projects is about because I'm from the projects my goddamn self. But see, I come from the projects from my country, from Panama. So I'm a project baby, all the way from a third world country to motherfucking California. And those projects are gutter gutter.
I got you.
You feel
What's
me?
cracking with it? Clout Chaser was good, man. What's up,
So
man?
let me let me ask her a question though, cause you pretty much I don't think it's a solution on that though.
It's not because the homies that they bogus, but they ain't going back and telling the homies what they doing. So now and then you don't even come to the hood and fuck with the hood like that. Bitch, you bogus as fuck. Get your ass up out of here. Straight up. And I said what I said. Ain't nobody gonna check me and whoop my ass. So it is what it is. You're bogus. I don't got time for it. You wanna do that? That's on you. But you're not finna come back to the hood and the niggas finna be like, oh, hugging you, oh, what's up? You straight, you good? No. You gonna have some issues when you come back. Straight up. And then when they find out
Yeah,
you
that.
doing bogus shit, they're gonna expose you. Niggas that's doing that need to be exposed. On the real, why is you doing that? You a bitch nigga. You
Selling the
bozo.
BNH. Niggas out here selling it.
Like that song say, you bozo, you bitch mate, y'all that.
And RIP to the motherfuckers that's motherfucking buying the BNH. They stupid too.
That part. Cause
You got
I mean,
something to
if
add
you
to
ain't
that,
even
man, Ronald?
selling the shit, shame on you. Shame
Huh?
on you with the
You
money
got,
make you do.
well,
Shame
I
on
view
you. Period.
the out of
You
town
smoking or
situation
what,
with the
bitch?
city. It's
You
a lot of
smoking or
conflict
what,
going
bruh?
on in the town. And
Bitch, you better
it's
come on
like
and
I
hit this
said,
shit.
if you take something official
What y'all
and you
talking
get
about though? Come on,
somewhere
why
else,
everybody
there ain't
quiet?
gonna be people that speak up on it. They got nothing to do with that.
What's poppin'? It's
You know what I
Friday.
mean?
You know what I'm saying?
It's like the thing about it is interesting, man. Is like when I went to New York, man, and I took
Why
the
y'all
tour
so
to New
quiet?
York, man, and it was like from that, there's all kind of counterfeit movements that came out of that there. Where right now,
Hello?
You can't hear everybody?
know me.
No, I didn't hear shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody
man,
talking
Ronald
right
talking,
now.
blood. Let him talk.
Did y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, blood. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that
Yeah.
a lot of that is true because if you drop an official movement, you're gonna have a lot of
I'm
counterfeit
so
movements
blind, I can't see shit.
too. Because a lot of people just want to be a part of something. They're gonna claim whatever it is they think that they got access to. It's like when I took the 20 to New York, and motherfuckers right now, it's a million rolling 20s in New York, and they'll tell you they under 10 different motherfuckers, but everybody knows I'm the only one that actually got off the airplane and lived in New York. You understand what I mean? I'm the
Yeah.
only one that actually pounded the turf and actually homesteaded the motherfuckers in the area and actually was out there making contact. So it's like I guess authenticity is always going to have some kind of emulation. People are going to always try to nonetheless be a part of something that they're really not a part of. But then at the same time, they think they really will because people tell them that
Where my
everybody
weed
got
at?
to
Let me
have
get
a
my
real.
weed.
You know what I mean? That's why I
Yeah.
say and go back into the ideology. Like I said, you can counterfeit the identity, but you can't counterfeit the ideology. You understand what I mean by that, right?
No,
Because
what you mean by that?
I'm gonna give you an understanding of what I mean when I say that. When I speak like that, what I'm saying is that, right? Like, I'm gonna give you an example. It's like me, right? I'm in my life I'm in right now, my second life, right? So I live in a more productive and constructive manner. I talk to my people about always trying to live right, be right. You know what I mean? I'm telling motherfuckers about the fuck going to prison, all that stupid shit. If you ain't gotta be there, don't
Go
do
get
it.
berry
You
fusion.
understand what I mean? But at the
I
same
need to get
time,
my phone charged for
you
real.
get an understanding of the fact that you got something
I
great
can do
and
that
you
first. No, I'm about to go get honey
and
cognac.
there's a tree that was planted
No, I
here,
don't want honey cognac.
but
I
it got roots
want
that reach
berry
all
fusion. I
across
don't
the
like
world.
that. Where you
But
going?
the bigger
To
picture
my
to that
phone
is
charged
that
right here. Oh, I'm about to go
you
to
got
7-Eleven and
people
get
that
it.
take that same identity that I've created on that end of the world, but what
Bitch,
they'll
I
do
heard
with
you.
that identity is now they'll corrupt it and say, well, Matt Ronald was got Matt Ronald out there slinging crack and he out in the hood doing all kind of crazy shit, but people don't have a realization. That's why when people get in touch with me and they finally get an understanding of my perspective, they be like, damn, homie, this ain't even what I heard. This ain't what people been telling me. Because of the fact that, see, corruption is always going to be fed into the script. And if you ain't there to correct the corruption, then there's always going to be people that's going to actually try to take their means, feed it into the script, and then they're going to feed it to the people. It's like putting poison in the food. You know what I'm saying? It's like poison in the well. Everybody got to drink from the well, but at the same time, you know what I mean? I might have had water that was pure, but somebody else got it. Now they want to kill everybody off little by little with the bullshit. So, you know, it makes a great difference simply because of the fact that the internet and cell phones, social media has made this shit so fucked up that now everybody from somewhere and ain't from no motherfucking where. Because now we got people that's on the phone saying, yeah, homie, you can claim the set, but they don't realize you talking to a fucking 12-year-old on in the bedroom and they got access to nothing but the internet. You understand what I mean? Or the police sitting up in a fucking squad room where they reaching out to you every day, just setting your ass up on a conspiracy because you ain't got to look at them. I got to think about that too, about people, you know, reaching out to people like that. Because I'm very, very selective about talking to. At the same time, I'm the way I am also because of the fact that I'm just the kind of person that really is really I'm a true type of person. So I don't believe nothing nobody says. So when people start talking to me, I'm doubtful anyway. But I'm also conscious of the fact that the federal government is out there. Now, the only reason that I will sit on this podcast and talk about my participation in the blood situation in New York is because I don't do shit. So therefore, I can't be really tied into no crimes. I don't do no crime. I'm actually a motherfucker that's been involved in the peace movement all this for years, right? But this is the thing about that also. I saw an episode of Gangland where they infiltrated a motorcycle club. And them motherfuckers sent in one motherfucker to infiltrate the club. He worked his way all the way up to the top. Next thing you know, they gave him a chapter of a motorcycle club. Next thing you know, this motherfucker had a motorcycle club full of feds. Now this motorcycle club is having meetings, big meetings with the whole everybody, right? But they don't realize they got a whole club of feds in here because they done allowed the wrong motherfucker to get in. And that's going on everywhere because that's everywhere. You understand what I mean? And people don't have this about code. So you understand what I'm saying? It's like you can have a righteous movement, homie. You know what I mean? You can be a righteous person, man, but let the wrong motherfucker get access to it for his own benefit, and he gonna tell motherfuckers everything about you that ain't right. And if you ain't living according to the way of life where you out here acting an ass, out here breaking the law, out here doing a bunch of dumbass shit like I was doing in my first life, then motherfuckers look and say, oh man, well, he ain't this and he ain't that. That is a manipulation. In reality, homie, big homie is somebody that's really out there on the right and trying to give you the right information because they don't want to see you fuck your life up. And that's the reality of that.
Right. So like when it comes to these podcasts, and you know, it's a lot of, you know, OGs that's doing this now, right? And they're getting that message out there. And you know, when it comes to that, like you think that that's snitching when people giving out the history?
I'm gonna tell you like this here, man. I got my own podcast, man. www.marijuanaradio.net, the Marijuana Radio Network. And my thing with that is getting information out, but getting the right information out. See, I can't judge the substance of a person's podcast unless they just outright putting some shit out there that ain't supposed to be out there. See, it makes a difference. I got my own podcast, and the thing with my podcast is that I got other shit to talk about other than being a blood because I'm so many other things. This is just my part of my culture, who I've been all my life. But I got so many other issues and concerns and shit. I ain't forgot just because I'm a blood. I ain't forgot I'm a black man living in a prejudiced ass country. You understand what I mean? I ain't forgot that systemic racism exists. I ain't forgot that the police is shooting motherfuckers. You know what I mean? I ain't forgot that the education system is fucked up for the black kids. You know what I mean? Throughout the country. But I got so many, and saying that, I got so many other things to discuss other than being a blood, that I'm just a blood delivering the information. And if people are doing that and they just delivering the right information, because who would you rather listen to? I think myself having the free credibility that I have, having spent the time in the prisons that I spent, having been in the streets like I've been, I think I'm a more credible source for information than motherfucking Brian Gumble. You understand? You see what I'm saying? Because one thing about it is that I'm going to give it from perspective, just not be brief. Because see, the one thing that's beautiful podcasting ain't nothing but communications. See, podcasting ain't nothing but the same thing as the news media. Because you are doing podcasts also. If you provide the right information and feeding people's minds, it's cool. But if you out there putting the wrong shit out and you giving people the wrong information, then that's wrong and that's corrupt. Because of the fact that you want to get the information right. Some people gonna turn the podcast because if you as a person like me, I'm in the podcasting because I understand that when we watch ABC, NBC, CBS, all that, we're watching deep, brief news segments that have to go through the government first in order to make sure that they're putting out the right information to make things look the right way. See, we're not getting the information right firsthand the way it is. You understand what I mean? That's why when we listen to the news and we get the information from the news, the United States is always the hero and they're never wrong. You see what I'm saying? To where in reality, you might go to a podcast and get coming from a podcast in another country, the same country where that thing came from, and they might tell you how the United States just bombed the town and killed a bunch of innocent people. So podcasting is cool because it's another source of information. See, and we got to be our own information sources. And if you're a blood and you're doing this here, if you're a crip and you're doing this, you're part of this culture, and you put that information. If you podcasting in general, the bigger picture is not to exploit the culture, not to put information out that's going to put people in danger, not to put information out that's going to actually jeopardize people's freedom. Because the thing about that is this: when the podcast is interviewing the person, the interviewer is interviewing the interviewee, right? The thing about that is this here: the interviewer is conscious of the level of questions that they're asking and the position they're putting their guests in when they ask those questions. You're podcasting right now. You're conscious of the position that you put people in when you ask the question. Am I correct when I say that?
Correct.
Okay. So therefore, that means that if the podcaster is putting information out right and asking the right questions, there's nothing wrong with it. And I don't care who you are, civilian or blood, or whatever you are. But if you're exploiting the culture and exploiting the guests, there's something wrong with that simply because of the fact that, you know, after the podcast, the guest got to worry about going to prison, or after the podcast, the guest gets his door kicked in, rather than for the host of the show to say, "Hold up, man, we don't even want to talk about that." You understand what I mean? I understand the degree of this here, because when you're podcasting, the podcast, the host of the show, his credibility is on the line, just like the guest credibility is on the line. And sometimes the host has to protect the guest simply by letting the guest know sometimes we talk about something, or before the show, ask them, do you mind talking about certain things? You understand what I mean? That's only respect. But like I said, if they are not exploiting the culture, if they're putting out accurate information, if they're not incriminating anyone, ain't nothing wrong with it. Like I said, I got on my podcast, man, I try to more or less stay conscious. I'm just a blood delivering the information. You understand what I mean? And that's how I look at it. And for those that have to have their own podcast, if that's what they're doing, then more power to them. It's cool. You know what I mean? Y'all check my podcast out too, MadRonaldRadio.net. But like I was saying, that's all it is. You know, because this is the media. Put it like this here. How many people tune into your show right now, would you say?
Right now?
Yeah, how many people would you say tune in?
About 60.
Huh?
60.
Okay, but in the next 7 days, how many people will see this? Would you estimate?
Thousands.
Right. So a lot of them are turning to the podcast for their information. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of these people take this shit here to be the Holy Testament when they get it because of the fact that it's not coming through mainstream media. But the bigger picture to this is that
preach, Reverend Blood, preach.
Puts it out. You know what I mean? If they as long as they're not putting the wrong thing, saying the wrong thing, putting people in certain positions, it's all good. You know what I mean? And that's how, like I said, I podcast myself. And you know what I mean? I'm very conscious of who I'm talking to. I don't want to, if I talk to a gang member, I don't want to talk to a gang member in the gang member state of mind. I got to talk to a gang member in an elevated state of mind because we can all talk that old bullshit and we can all demonstrate how belligerent and illiterate we are. But I want to talk to a gang member that's going to break the motherfucking mold. We're going to be breaking the mold and demonstrating that there are some intelligent people that come out the culture. You understand what I mean? Because of the fact we got some interesting people among us.
Y'all motherfuckers need to be taking notes.
Hey, you got something to add to that, Gunner?
I need to be taking notes, man.
No, he's speaking fast.
That's some real shit.
You got something to add to that?
Notes, man. I know y'all niggas is out there listening to this shit. I hope y'all taking notes.
Hey, that's some real shit, man.
I hope you taking notes too, Blood.
I hear shit he said.
I can't hear Butterhole talking.
Bottom line, you got to know better to do better, and you got to want to know something. You know,
that's a fact.
You got to do something to do something. So you know, again, you can't stay stagnated where you at and what you doing and thinking cool.
So you got any more questions you want to ask?
Anything in life, you got to grow.
Any more topics you want to cover?
You know.
No.
So if you ain't getting smarter, man, that means you getting dumber.
Right. Yeah, like with even on that, like I'm gonna end on that as well, and I wanted to get into that, like with the podcast, who all got their podcast and what's their name and how can they follow you? I know Mad Ronald.
Yeah, my podcast is Mad Ronald Radio Network. www.madronaldradio.net. I'm on Spotify. I'm on TuneIn. I'm on Spotify, TuneIn, Amazon Music. I'm on iHeart. I'm on all the major platforms. And at the same time, also you can find me at my website is www.madronaldradio.net. You can Google me if you can't find it, and it'll come up. You can Google Mad Ronald, MADVRONALD, and it'll all my information comes up.
Gotcha.
Hey, y'all niggas, man, y'all go follow.
Go ahead, Brazy K.
Podcast, all right? Y'all get ready, man. We hand y'all niggas all types of shit, man. For real. These ain't the last of these interviews. There's gonna be more coming up.
Dope. Bust a hole.
Yeah, cause y'all hear me, we got a movie coming out. We got a documentary called Project Baby. Called the Bone and Bambi Show.
I think the connection kind of
Brazy K have everything up within a week. Y'all can check it out. But
okay. Hold on. We didn't hear that last part. No, you said you got a movie coming out. That's all we heard was the part that you said you got a movie coming out.
I said we got a movie. On Spot Wars. Then we got a 6 on Bambi Show. And Brazy having all the details how you can link on within a week or so.
I got you. Like so they can find that on your social media though. The
You
links.
got it? You got it?
What's your social media?
Yeah, you can check
Hey, Clout
us out
Chaser.
on that shit.
Hey,
All
Death of
that's
the
on
Clout
Brazy
Chaser, you
K
good
shit.
though? You good?
Yeah. No, we good.
You don't got no more questions, nigga?
No, I wanna
Vanessa, I'm about to fire it up.
no, I'm good. I'm
I
good.
can't even hear you, blood.
Can you hear me? He said I'm breaking up too, huh?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't got no more questions right now. Brazy K, I can do a part two though. You know what I'm saying? I got a few more, but I don't want to get into it on this particular episode. You heard me? Yo, 1112. You got a social media you want to shout out?
Shit.
You got a podcast?
I ain't got
Anyway,
no
they can.
podcast, but I got an Insta.
What is it?
Jay Spence Heads.
Y'all go follow her.
JaySpinz. Heads with the Z, baby.
No, dope. But no, we definitely this is about an hour and 50 minutes. What I'm gonna do though, some of the information inside this video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop it up for several videos. But this particular live, folks, it'll stay up. We currently streaming. Shout out to Facebook. We're streaming on Facebook right now. Shout out to the people that's watching us on YouTube, Twitch. Shout out to people that's watching us on
Hey yo,
Deathofthecloutchasertv.
and for that nigga in the comments and shit. Hey, and for that nigga in the comments, man, get off my fucking dick too, you heard? Straight up. We don't leave
Who,
comments, my
brother?
nigga. We pull up,
Who?
nigga. Straight up. We don't leave comments,
Who
nigga. We
fucking
pull
with my
up,
bro?
nigga. We don't do all that comment shit, nigga. You fucking snitch bastard.
Right, we don't do that. We pull up. Tell them, brother, we pull
Exactly.
up.
Pull up gang, nigga. Y'all bitch ass niggas hiding behind the comments and shit. Y'all niggas mad? Y'all mad, nigga? You probably one of them Nino dick sucking ass niggas, man. I don't know who you is, nigga. Talking about shut up, nigga. You shut the fuck up, pussy. You shut up, nigga. Stop hiding behind the comments, nigga. We get active, nigga. Straight up.
We so do.
The girl that I'm braiding her hair tomorrow, I was like, "You got some gel?" She's like, "No, I got some gel." Like, you trying to get not this braid?
This shit is
And
kind
I'm an NY, you faggot. Yeah, that.
Tell him again, brother. Don't fuck with my bro. He with all the bullshit.
They mad. I'm out here diddy bopping and shit, blah.
They mad.
They mad.
Yo, Brazy K.
I tell y'all niggas be sucking niggas' dicks, nigga. Stop sucking them niggas' dicks, blood.
Hey, Brazy K, what you
dicks,
got a message you want to leave us with? You got a message you want to leave us with, bro?
Niggas always sucking dick, blood. Straight up. Y'all niggas stop being groupies, man. Stop being groupies, my nigga. Straight up. Stop being groupies.
Y'all heard it first. Stop being groupies, man. It's Death of the Clout Chaser TV, man. Hit that like button, that subscribe, man. We'll check y'all out on the next one, man. Hey, look, I appreciate all the guests that came through. I want to try to sit down with each individual y'all and get y'all story. I'm pretty sure y'all got a message. And shit, just hit up Brazy K and shit. We go from there. You feel what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah.
Salute.
Salute.
Snitches.